All right, ladies and gentlemen, how you guys doing? It's Wednesday, April 20th, 2022. Thank you for joining me here tonight for another metallic episode of Music of Destruction. Bringing you the very best in metal-related content right here on YouTube on the only metal channel you need. If you missed anything the past week, bring that eye down. In the upper right corner of the screen, all the videos are there that you need to get caught up. I'd really appreciate it. Remember to smash that subscribe button, turn on that bell for all notifications. I'd really appreciate it so you know when I post a new video. You're looking at one of the hardest working and most brutally honest YouTube metal channels on the platform. If you like that, you're in the right place. If you don't, fuck off, go watch somebody else. Welcome to Album Ranking Wednesdays here on the channel. Tonight we're going deep beneath the underground into the USA. Once again for a ranking of a band that I do enjoy and like quite a bit, but there are certain things about the band I don't like either, and their discography for me is very hit and miss, but nonetheless I decided to do an album ranking on them because there are some albums I really love and there's others I'm not crazy about. So tonight we're talking about Nachtmystium, and I'm sure you all know the story of Blake Judd and the things that he's done to rip off fans and things like that. I'm not here to talk about who he is as a person. I'm here to talk about his band, of course, and I'm going to be doing a review of Reign of the Malicious, which is a great record. So let's just get into it. Coming in at number 8, we have Instinct Decay, released in 2006 on Kommand Records. This album for me is very, very off in a lot of ways. There are some moments on it I enjoy. There's a couple of songs I do like, but as a whole, this record really falls short for me. I know other people probably will really enjoy this, but when they ventured more into this psychedelic black metal category, I kind of thought they were catering and completely getting away from why they started making black metal in the first place. It's not a terrible record, it's just not great. Number 8, Instinct Decay. Coming in at number 7, we have Assassin's Black Meddle. I know a lot of people will say metal, but I don't want to say metal, so you think I mean black metal. It's Black Meddle. Part 1, released in 2008 on Century Media Records. This album is very all over the place. I don't know what they were going for here. It doesn't really flow cohesively. There isn't too much to piece everything together for myself. Any atmosphere that's created here kind of falls short for me. It's not the worst album in existence, but it's certainly far from the best in terms of a black metal album. This is psychedelic black metal once again, but it's just a very all over the place album for me. I don't know what they were going for, but I certainly didn't get much from it. Number 7, Assassin's Black Meddle, Part 1. Coming in at number 6, the sequel to this album, Addicts, Black Meddle, Part 2, released in 2010 on Century Media Records. A little bit better than Black Meddle Part 1, but not by much. This isn't an album that's going to stretch the imagination of many people that would listen to this, and it really didn't leave that big of a lasting impression on me. I don't hate it, but I don't like it. It's in the middle for me. It's kind of meh. If somebody put it on, I'd be like, okay, it's Nachtmystium's Addicts. You know, I don't know what happened to this band. They used to be really, really good. It just seems like they kind of lost inspiration for doing black metal. So I don't know. It's not a terrible record, but it's not great. Number 6, Addicts, Black Meddle, Part 2. Coming in at number 5, their most recent release with Ancient Howls of Dawning Fury, released in 2018 on Ascension Records. More of a return to form to the traditional black metal they started with, though it's a bit cleaner. There are some rawer parts and more necro lo-fi sounds on this record. A bit more of an atmospheric presence. It's not so focused on catering to psychedelic metal fans. This is more of a straight-up fan for us, for the true black metal freaks like myself. It's really decent for what it is, but again, it's not that classic Nachtmystium that I love. It's kind of in the middle for me. Number 5, Ancient Howls of Dawning Fury. Coming in at number 4, The World We Left Behind, released in 2014 on Century Media Records. This is when they still had some of the black metal, the primal black metal intact, but they had a bit more of that psychedelic tinge to them. It's kind of an album that, again, that meets in the middle for me. It's not something that I find myself coming back to a lot, but I do enjoy it quite a bit from time to time, and I just really would like to know what the fuck they were going for with a lot of these releases. But again, it's a band that evolved over time and decided to do what they wanted, and you can't take that away from them. Number 4, The World We Left Behind. Coming in at number 3, Silencing Machine, released in 2012 on Century Media Records. This is my top 3. Number 3 here, because this is an album that does have a lot of that primal raw black metal still intact. There are a little bit more of an avant-garde approach and more atmospherics on this album in terms of experimentation, but it's still an album that holds up to what Nachtmystium started out as. And being that it's a 2012 release, that kind of it falls in the middle of that trapping between psychedelic black metal and raw black metal they were doing. This is one that kind of just meets those two styles in the middle, and it does it really well in a lot of ways. This is a decent record, number 3, Silencing Machine. Coming in at number 2, Demise, released in 2004 on Autopsy Kitchen Records. A true classic in the Nachtmystium discography. This is a very, very powerfully emotional, compelling record. There's a lot of great guitar work on here. Very atmospheric, very raw, necro-hateful, misanthropic, and exactly what Nachtmystium should have stayed doing, because if they had more albums like this that would follow up to this, they could have had a very enjoyable, extensive discography, and I would probably enjoy their later stuff a lot more. But Demise is a classic. You need to get this if you don't have it. Number 2, Demise. Coming in at number 1, the only Nachtmystium album I currently own, with Reign of the Malicious. Exactly what it sounds like. Malicious, raw, hateful, compelling black metal. Probably some of the rawest at the time, and I really love the mission statement in here about why they, adhere to the creed of the early Norwegian bands, and of course the Les Legions Noir. But yeah, very, very great record. This is my favorite Nachtmystium. It's just absolutely mind-blowing. It's very, very uncompromised, abrasive, raw, and hateful, and it's just dark as fuck. That's what true black metal should sound like that album from Nachtmystium. Reign of the Malicious gets number 1. Alright guys, so there you have it, another album ranking in the books here on the channel. Hope you enjoyed the premiere. If you're new, subscribe, turn on that notification bell. Merchandise, teespring.com/music-of-destruction, as well as bonfire.com/store/music-of-destruction. Thank you to people who have already bought shirts. I appreciate it. Join the channel, become an MOD Elite, get amazing perks, $4.99 per month. Hit that join button, get access to exclusive content, review requests, band interviews, and much more, collaborations, all that cool stuff. Have an awesome night. We'll see you for Top 15 Thursdays for my Top 15 metal albums of 1993. Cheers, and stay fucking metal.